Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dork side. I am the Dork in the road, and today I'm going camping with my dog at Alsea Falls Campground, which was not our original destination, but if you saw part one, this road sucks, dude. You'll see how we ended up here. That's right, everyone. I am the Dork in the road, and I want to be your internet riding buddy. And I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I'm available whenever you want, and I come with a mute button. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't hesitate to turn on the notifications so you know when new content just like this gets posted. As you know, I'm usually a moto vlogger, and most of my videos revolve around motorcycling, but recently I branched out to moto camping, and this time I decided to go camping and bring my dog with me. And I can't do that on the bike, so we're just doing a regular camp this time, and we thought it would be fun to bring you all along with us. Are you excited, Chewbacca? So it's been a little bit of an ordeal to get here. I don't even know for sure if there's going to be a campsite open, but we definitely are excited at the prospect, and we definitely want to camp. We just didn't end up where we originally intended, and it's taken us a little bit of a journey over the mountain to get here. So we're hoping there's a spot open. This time I'm saying we, and it makes sense because my dog is here. 6 is open, and there's not going to be any neighbors because the other one's closed. Okay, that one's open. This is where we stayed last time, in 8. 9 is closed. I think that's going to be 5. Also something really good on the backside that nobody's going to come into. 15 is taken. For filming purposes, I like 5. Yeah, these are great, but I don't really want to be close to a bunch of people if I'm going to be talking to myself a whole lot. All right. Let's get set up. Let's do it. Let's take it. I'm down. I'm into number 5 or whatever that was. Knowing that there aren't going to be any neighbors. And I might even be able to get down to the water, which would be really cool. Backing in. What we're doing. Not exactly what we had in mind. It's going to be very cozy, huh, Pug? Very cozy. Oh, I just turned over 10,000 miles. Literally pulling in here. Check this out, guys. Check it. Just hit 10,000 miles. I missed the flip by a mile, but here we are. We're here. Let's go take a look at the camp. Let's take a look around. I think this is going to be a good one, though. Oh, yeah. This site is so much bigger than the last one we stayed at. So much bigger. And that one is closed, so we don't have to worry about neighbors, pesky neighbors cropping up. And it's a great tent spot right there. And there appears to be a little trail. And I'm guessing it goes down to the water. Let's see, Chewy. Oh, it's a long trail. Water is a ways. Nope, it goes to the neighbor's camp. Damn, no water access for us. We'll have to be content with wilderness access. I think we'll go pay for the site and then set up here. All right, here we are. We made it. So we got site 6. Pretty awesome, as you saw from the walk around. Paid for the night, just confirmed that we're good. So we're gonna set up camp. There's this one persistent fly that will not leave me alone. What do you think? Good spot, bud? Yeah, it's a good one. So, let's set up camp. All right, well, the overall setup is a little different than for moto camping, but the tent is the same. Big dragonfly. So this is the Celtic Gunnison 2. I love this tent. Easy to set up, just the right size for one person and their gear, or one person and a dog in this case. All right, it comes with a footprint, so we'll start with that. This ground is not... There's a real bee problem over here. The ground is not exactly flat, but it seems to be least lumpy towards the back here, so we'll do that. I brought a really thick air mattress. I brought the one I use for car camping, so I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. There's a pretty persistent bee issue in this campsite. The one next door is actually closed because of the bees, but they are making their way over here. Remember this place from the last time we were here? Screaming children the whole time? Good news. Seems to be a consistent feature of this campground. So there are more screaming children. See this shit? Just right over there. So we may stop coming here because of it. It's really bad every time we come. I'm only here today because it was the closest campground to the place where I tried to go and couldn't. I gotta get a fire going to drive these bugs away. Listen to them. People don't seem to care that the children are so obnoxious that other people can't enjoy their stay. Like, I don't go into the woods. I don't go into the woods to listen to screaming children. I can listen to that at home and at work. I come here for solitude and quiet. So I'm trying to get away from campgrounds. This one in particular I think is pretty much off of our list. I tried today, it just didn't work out. All the tabs on this are color coded. So you see gray, and the poles are coded as well. Color coded, same colors. So it's really easy to set it up. Single pole system, which I really like. It's 2 poles, but they're connected. Really awesome. And they're aluminum poles. This is just a super high quality tent for less than 150 bucks. I got it. I think I paid 120 for it because they changed the colors this year, and so the old colors were on clearance. Really good tent. Great for moto camping, great for solo camping, period. You see color coded, red goes to red. And then they just slide right in, it's real slick. All my other tents have had sleeves and I hate them. These clips are magic. Where have you been all my life? Clips. Just make sure you've got it where you want it. I'm trying to get off of these blackberry briars back here. Put the center clip on. Go to town. It's fast. It's so fast to set up. Blowing the air mattress up is going to take way longer. I hope my air mattress fits. I brought the one we use in the big tent. I'm sure it will. Weird. It's off center. I'm gonna go no fly tonight because it's very hot and it's not supposed to get colder than like 60 degrees. We just need to keep the bugs away. And I'm not gonna bother staking it down because I'm gonna put a bunch of weight in it, so it should be fine. My wife is not super into roughing it when we go camping. She likes to be comfortable. I mention that because I have 2 different air mattresses that I use depending on when I'm going camping and who I'm going camping with. So as much as I love my Climate Static V, and I do for its portability and its comfort for size ratio, it's not as comfortable as what we sometimes take, what she always takes, but what I sometimes take when we go camping together. And that is this $10 In-Tech twin mattress from Walmart. In-Tex. It's very big, very thick, very comfortable. And I can't believe, honestly, for what we paid, I can't believe they lasted this long. But since I'm in the truck, I brought the big one. I also brought the pump because I'll blow it up with my mouth if I don't have to. I just hope it'll fit in the tent. I haven't ever actually tried to get it in there. I think it's going to be like exactly the size of the bottom. The thing I hate about this pump is it's too short to use standing up, so you have to use it sitting down. All right, let's see if it fits. I open this all the way. All the way. The battery died at the absolute worst time. Let's try this again. Maybe. Just barely. Oh, look at that. It's like it was made for it. Look at this. Like it was made for it. Just enough room at the bottom for my gear. A little bit here on the side. Fits through the door. It's perfect. You think this thing's impressive. Wait till you see my sleeping bag. There are some serious advantages to being able to camp in the truck. Gear-wise, and this sleeping bag is one of them. This is the Coleman Big Basin bag. It's a hybrid. It's got a mummy top, but it's a square bottom bag. And it's for extra large gentlemen like myself. So I get really frustrated with the bag I use for moto camping because it rotates with me every time I turn over. This one does not turn at all. It is huge. It's enormous, as you can see. It's a 15-degree bag, so it's pretty much good for anything Oregon, at least in the low mountains, will throw at me anywhere that I go camping. And super comfortable, most comfortable sleeping bag I've ever had, and plenty of room for me and the dog because he sleeps in the bag with me. I can roll over without disturbing him, no problem. Look how big it is. This is a stuff set. Oh, it's magic. This bag is magic. Now, Now, it wouldn't go on the bike because it's bigger than my whole dry bag with most of my gear in it. But if you're camping out of a car and you want a bag that doesn't move around, it's super comfortable always. Not fleece lined. This thing, it's amazing. It is amazing. Best bag I've ever owned. Not close. Fortunately, we got here pretty late, so I really have two choices right now. Get the fire going so I can cook. I brought brats, but I'm gonna need some coals. It's gotta burn down. Hey, Chewy, no. It's gotta burn down a bit. It's about 4 o'clock. Or Chewy and I could walk to the falls and back and have a late dinner. Not sure yet. Everyone's looking at me funny because I'm talking to my camera at my campsite. It's 2 people have caught me now. So, interesting discovery. This trail behind the campsite does not just go to somebody else's campsite. It actually goes past it and down to the water. So it looks like there's actually access for 3 sites to the water from this trail. So we're gonna walk down and look at the water a little bit. That'll be our compromise. I think we're gonna hike all the way to the falls. It's a little bit later than I thought. And once the fire's going, we kind of have to stay here. But Chewy and I can walk down the river for a little bit and check it out and then see if we're ready for dinner then. Or ready to get the fire going. So ready to be an hour away from dinner, which I think we probably will be. Go on. Come on, Chewy. You're the star of this video. Act like it. It helps that there's nobody in either of these campsites right now. I imagine if somebody shows up here, I'm going to be less excited to walk right past in order to get to the water. This is 16. I know that 15 has its own private water access because I've camped in it a couple times. This is a group site. It's for 2. It costs twice as much. Still only $24 though. Look at it. Screaming kids are all the way down there and they're that loud. Oh my goodness. This isn't bad. Yeah, this wouldn't be a bad spot to park a chair. Hang out, actually. Chewy, you don't have to pee every 5 seconds. Apparently you do. It's like required by the Dog Geneva Convention or something. It's a pretty cool spot. It's pretty down here. It's the trail we came down. All right, back to camp. I kind of want to bring a chair down here and hang out. Could be a thing. All right, here's the plan. I've decided to put my flip-flops on, take my chair down to the river, and have a pre-dinner drink. We had a hard afternoon. Let's celebrate. Let's relax. So, you might remember Mr. Beam from my last adventure, last camping trip on the bike. The difference is I refilled this with Buffalo Trace because this is a handy travel flask, so I kept it. So there was actually a little bit of Beam in the bottom, so it's kind of an infinity bottle, sort of. But so this is about 2 parts Jim Beam and 8 parts Buffalo Trace. So I'm going to put in a little bit of water, and we're going to sip it down by the river. Contemplate our adventure this afternoon. And put a little splash of water in here. We just got a neighbor, so we'll see if I can continue talking this loud or not without attracting attention. Back to the river. All right, well, I came down here for some peace and quiet. In fact, I had to change my plans because I was going to go where we were a second ago, but there are apparently unsupervised children between the ages of 6 and 10 running amok in every unoccupied campsite. So I came all the way down here to the area behind the campsite that's closed, not even my own campsite. And these kids just appeared out of the bushes, and one of them just starts taking a pee. They're still right there. I don't understand why people don't supervise their children. Like, where are your parents? How do they not know that you're literally 7 campsites away from where you're camping? There are 4 empty campsites between where they are and where I am right now. Also, I don't know, man, like as a kid, if I came across a creepy dude by himself sitting in the river, I would turn and go the other way. These kids don't seem to understand that that could be something they should be nervous about. I'm, of course, not a creep, but they don't know that. The cool thing about a river this shallow is you just put your chair right in it. camera's crooked, I apologize. I'm not going to get up and fix it at this moment. Yeah. Chewy, you're gonna knock my chair over. Chewy! Chewy! That was really helpful. Thanks, bud. Now I can't even sit. I guess that's the universe telling us that we need to just go make dinner. We're not gonna have any fun river time. At least not right now. All right, well, so much for resting and chilling out by the river for a little bit. Now I've got two reasons to make a fire. One, because it's got to burn down so I can have coals to cook my brats. And two, got to dry off my chair thanks to Chewy here. Should have taken him off the leash. I only had him on it because his kids were so close by and I didn't want him chasing him. Lame. And try to light these curls with a fire steel. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's see if we can get this going. Well, I'm tired and I need to eat, so I'm gonna use a lighter. That's even better than fire steel. Just fire. Plain old fire. The advantage of being a cigar smoker, I always have a torch lighter. All right, well, I'll be interested in your advice on the fire steel fire lighting. I know the curls aren't small enough. I don't really like that fire steel. I need to get an actual ferro rod. That would help, I think. Well, this has been an eventful trip. And I don't mean that in a good way. Lots of little annoyances and things not going well. I guess that's part of the adventure. I don't know. So the fire is cooking down. It's burning down to coals so that I can cook the brats that I brought. I think getting some food will help because I'm just getting a little grouchy. I'm just tired, I think. Long day, stressful there when I thought I was going to get stuck in the woods and not be able to get out. And I just want to relax and enjoy some bourbon and Mr. Puff Puff, but I want to have dinner first. So it's about 5:30, so I should be cooking in the next half an hour or so. As you can hear, my lovely neighbors are still at it. So I think I'm definitely done with this place. Every time we come here, it's like this. Which is weird, because there's only 16 sites and it's out in the middle of nowhere, but for some reason people feel the need to bring their kids here. It's like a unsupervised kids convention. It's like all the people that have kids and don't want to watch them seem to bring them here. Let them run amok and scream at the top of their lungs. So I don't come into the woods to listen to children scream. I can do that at work. So, I don't know. I want to get into more dispersed camping. This is what we were trying to do today. But it's hard this time of year because you can't have a fire in the forest. So, I gotta find quiet campgrounds like Trout Creek at least during this time of year. And then get more into dispersed once it gets a little wetter so it's not so dry and you can have a fire again. Good news number one. My chair is dry. Good news number two. Fire has burned down about enough. It's almost time to cook these brats. So let's make a space. Move dog. Big one on this side. And then another one. Nice bed of coals between two logs to put our grill over the top of. You see? This is flaming stuff. You're not supposed to be flaming. Someone said you could flame. You don't want flames because then the brats will burst. And if the brats burst, they let the juice out. And if the juice comes out, it catches on fire and everything gets burned. So that's a problem. for the best. I don't like to cook them this close together because they will burst, and then flames, and that makes other ones burst and turns into a huge chain reaction, and they get super burnt. But I can't have them directly over that flame either, so what are you gonna do? It's plenty hot. Oh yeah, plenty hot. All right, these are just about ready to flip over. Looks like they're cooking okay. Oh yeah, a little darkening is good. Oh yeah, hot, hot, hot. Damn, it's hot on that grill, dude. These Costco brats are the best because they're just as good as Johnsonville or whatever. They probably are, made by the same people. 5 or 10 more minutes, we should be good. It's very hot on this fire. The flames have died down though, so that's good. We'll be eating brats before we know it. Sorry, I'm being very quiet. The camp host and the guy next to me have been having a loud conversation about 100 feet away for the last 20 minutes. So, it's weird. I'm talking to myself, right? You can literally see the juices inside boiling. Can you see that? Can't hold the camera this close for very long because it'll overheat, but it's so crazy. This one right here, 1/3 second from the back, boiling inside. That's cooking. Nice thing about brats is they roll. Hot, 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 hot. Yeah, that's real hot. Oh. One thing I've learned about broths is that you want to give them a minute because the insides are literally boiling when you take them off the fire. And that's a really good way to burn your mouth. So now we're gonna eat with a little G-Huge sugar-free barbecue sauce. This stuff is good. Not as good as regular barbecue sauce, but as far as sugar-free condiments go, it's pretty good. It's perfect for brats, I love it. And then, you know, of course, Diet Pepsi. Let's see how good these are. I normally just cut them with a fork, but it's hard without a plastic fork. Probably not impossible. Oh, cool. 10-second rule. It's totally fine. Costco brats. I like one ingredient meals, obviously. Like for breakfast, for instance, I brought bacon. Just bacon. I'll try to cook it over the fire. Unless I just get in a hurry to get out of here and drink my coffee and go, which happens often. Update on the children. They're still mostly running amok. Loudly. So, it's amazing how some people can make an empty campground, a half-empty campground, feel very full. Sorry if I was grouchy earlier. Hungry and dehydrated. I get a little grouchy. This will help. And the bourbon and Mr. Puff Puff I'm going to have after this will also help. Remember, I can't say the name of the thing that is made of dried leaves of a plant that grows in the South. Cubans make really good ones, you know what I mean? We'll call that Mr. Puff Puff, as suggested by my daughter, because somewhere in the YouTube algorithm, it catches those things and can have your video demonetized. So, again, I'm not super concerned about the monetization so much as I am about the fact that then it makes it impossible for anyone to find your video. I want you to watch this. And the bugs are coming out. I'm going to stay by the fire. Came across a cool thing in the woods on the way here. I didn't pull the camera out of the truck to take video of it because I just noticed it and was trying to figure out what it was. I did take a couple pictures though, so maybe I'll try to throw one in if I remember. But I spotted something shiny down this cliffside, really hillside in the woods, going around this bend. There are flies everywhere, dude. And I put on bug spray. And I come around the corner, it's like an old, like a 40s era car just surrounded by tires. So at first I thought, oh man, car accident. Someone went off this cliff once upon a time. No, somebody just dumped trash down there because it was about 50 tires. So unless that car was some special 1960s model that used 50 tires, I think someone just dumped garbage down there. Well, kind of cool and freaky. At the same time, I was pretty preoccupied, not sure we were going to be able to get out of the woods. I mean, Google Maps said we could, but just because there's a road on the map doesn't mean that there's not a gate at the bottom that's closed. So I was pleasantly surprised we made it here. It was actually a fun adventure, but there was a while there when I was a little anxious. These flies, man, they're everywhere. I'm annoyed I didn't get to enjoy the river. I'm sure we dumped my chair in the river, but obviously that's mostly my fault. Should have let him off the leash, but like I said, they were there. I didn't want him chasing off after him. And I only got up to adjust the camera. I was the length of the leash away from the chair, and for some reason, I was too far for him. He had to come after me. It takes a lot less time to eat brats than does to eat steak. I'm gonna do some dishes. What time is it? It's only 6:30, geez. Maybe enjoy some Mr. Puff Puff. All right, it's time for the best part of camping. A little bourbon, Mr. Puff Puff. Now, Mr. Puff Puff, when I'm regular camping, is transported in this portable humidor, which was given to me by the illustrious Duck fan. But if you'll notice, I've customized it myself a little bit. So, one-of-a-kind item here. Inside, several Mr. Puff Puffs. Actually, I'm gonna pour the bourbon first. So I read an interesting article today or yesterday, about why you put water or ice in bourbon. And basically, the chemical that gives bourbon its smoky flavor, when you put water in it, it all sort of becomes disconnected from the alcohol and rises to the top. And so then you're smelling it constantly and tasting it constantly. And so it really does bring out the flavor of the alcohol to add just a little bit of water. So science has backed me up on this theory. Science. That's good. All right, love this lighter. Punch cutter on the back. Don't have to carry a cutter. I've been reading a lot about how V-cuts are all the rage these days. I don't like the straight cut because I don't know if it's because I don't buy super expensive cigars or I just suck at it, or this is just how straight cutters are, but when they snip across, I have had trouble in the past with the wrapper unraveling. And I can never get it even, really, because they don't stay sharp for very long, I feel like, and you can't really sharpen them. Can you? If you can, tell me. I got a couple I could sharpen up. They're just not very sharp, so they don't cut very clean. They do at first, but after that, not so much. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Mr. Puff Puff, you're my only friend. It's not true, I have all of you. I have Chewbacca sitting by the fire like a good dog. Dog tied up. Not that I think he's gonna run away, because he wouldn't. He might chase off after somebody though. He mostly just wants to stay exactly 6 inches from me at all times, which is one of his most charming and least charming qualities. I've finished my Mr. Puff Puff, and I have some bourbon left. Chewy and I are just chilling out by the fire, but I don't know if you can tell. There's some decent nicks in this blade. I love this hatchet, but I haven't been very kind to it, so I'm going to hone it with my puck. Use my puck to sharpen it up a little bit. I'm going to spit on it because I don't have any honing oil, and water is a decent lubricant for honing, so I'm going to hone. Sharpen this axe. It's about almost 8, quarter to 8. Those kids are still screaming. And I imagine they will be until 10 or so. But I'm going to try to sharpen this hatchet. So, do this side. We're supposed to hold it like this. And then it's got some decent nicks in it, in the blade here. So, I'm going to use the coarse side. There's a coarse side and a less coarse side. So, I'm going to use the coarse side. Put a little bit of spit on it. And you just rub it in a circular motion along the angle of the blade. Try to work those nicks out. I've been practicing on my old crappy hatchet before I tried it on my good hatchet. And I think I'm okay. Yeah, big nick right there. It's gonna really work hard. I know how to do this because I looked up on the internet. I watched a YouTube video, so I'm pretty much an expert. So I learned all my camping skills. Still chops kindling fine as you saw, but there's a couple big nicks I'd like to get rid of. Sadly, Makes the blade ugly, but what are you gonna do? Ugly means you've used it. Yeah, it's a big difference already. I feel like one side's pretty good. Let's flip it over. It's a good, if you own any axes or knives, I haven't tried on my knife yet, but I know it will work. Good accessory to purchase. They're cheap. It is a fun campfire activity. Oh yeah, big difference already. That's sharp as F. Sharp as crap. Oh yeah, big difference. We're down to just the one big nick, actually. But it's significant. I don't know what I hit this on. Not a rock, probably. That nick is almost gone already. Good purchase. There's the spot. I'm losing sight of it. Once you get the nick out and you switch sides, and really sharpen the blade. Yeah. That big nick is like pretty much gone. It's real good. Real good. Big difference. Okay, when the nick is gone, you just flip it over, yeah, to the less coarse side to really hone the blade. This thing is sharp. Just a couple minutes work. Big difference, massive difference. It's like new. Just, you know, scraped up from honing it, but sharpness wise, it's like new. Massive difference. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that, but it is huge difference. Nick, totally gone. Here's another advantage of bringing the truck. The bed lights make for decent filming lights. So I use my InReach. I'll show it to you. So I use my InReach to get a weather report because it's pretty cloudy, which sucks because I was hoping to see some meteors tonight because the meteor shower's going on, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Anyway, I got a weather report and it says 10% chance of rain. So last time I was here and there's a 10% chance of rain, it rained. So I'm going to use what little light is left to put the rain fly on my tent. I'm not going to stake these out. I don't need to. I'll just zip them up when I get in. Good boy. Hey, Chew. Hey, bud. It's not bedtime yet. I didn't forget you. It's nice of you to walk yourself. I desperately want to do an epic lit by the fire nighttime shot, but I just don't think the GoPro can handle it. So you probably can't see me, but just chilling out by the fire. I'm gonna let this die down a bit. Drink some water. See, the key to not being hungover, and I hate packing up when I'm hungover, not that I drink that much, but I like to be safe, is drink a couple of cups of water and then go pee a couple times so you don't have to get up in the middle of the night. So that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna let the fire die down, go drink some water, and then we'll head in, probably read or play Switch for a bit, and then go to bed. So it's 9 o'clock. So we'll be up for a little bit longer, and then I'll probably take you guys in the tent with me. Just as we settle in. Chewie and I are going to head in the tent. Yeah. Alright, wait for me. Alright, everyone. Well, Chewie and I are going to go to bed now, so he's tired, as you can see. So we'll see you in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with us, and I'll catch you in a few hours. Good night. Good morning. It's about 7, but I think pretty much everyone at the campground has been awake since 6, myself included. They are very clearly logging very nearby. Can you hear that log truck? Probably can't. I know they're logging nearby because I dodged a log truck, a fully loaded log truck on my way in yesterday. But I woke up at 6. There's this, it's like a combination of a beep and a honk. Probably hear one while I'm talking. First I thought it was like a car alarm or something in the camp. I was half asleep, obviously, but it kept going in a persistent pattern, and I realized it's signaling the air horn that they use when they're logging. That's how the guys at the bottom of the hill signal the guy in the tower to start pulling the logs, because they pull them up the hill to put them on the truck. So that 1 beep to start, 2 beeps to stop, one way or the other. Can't remember. Could be backwards. So anyway, the thing's really loud, obviously, so they can hear it. It's the top of the hill, but it's not great if you're sleeping. There it is. If you're trying to sleep through it. So I imagine everyone in the camp has been pretty much awake for about an hour. Chewy's down in the sleeping bag. This is him. Kudos to the loggers that got up this morning and started work at 6. It's not that awesome when you're trying to sleep, though. So I might lay here for a bit. It's still it's warm and cozy. And then I'm going to get up and make some coffee and maybe a fire. I brought some bacon. I might cook it. Yeah, the log trucks are close. You hear that? So we'll have that as our soundtrack for the morning. So that's awesome. Last of my water. Like this burn? These plastic tables are funny because people set hot things on them. They didn't do it. All of the tables here are like this, though, pretty much. I don't like to get it all the way boiling because then it's like forever before I can drink it. But like right on the verge. Since it's water from home, I don't have to worry about boiling it to make it clean. That's probably good. Start thinking about how we're going to cook bacon. I have a rough idea. Two things. I don't have enough big pieces left to put on either side like I did when I cooked the brats. And I'm not like in a super hurry, but I don't want to be here all morning. So I may just knock this apart a little bit, put another couple pieces of wood on it, and use this grill. Just get the bacon higher up off the fire. And the heat should be enough to cook it, I think. Let's give it a try. Not putting my bacon directly on this old grate, though. I'll use mine. Stop. Yeah, it's sticky though. Bacon grease was supposed to be not sticky. Yeah, so there's a few edible pieces in here. A lot of chewy snacks. Yeah, these are not bad. Not bad. Well, that was my second ever attempt at campfire bacon. And believe it or not, it went way better than the first time. Last time I put it right on the fire. When that grease kicks up, you're just begging for a grease fire. So I think my mistake was I got a little impatient. The stuff on top wasn't cooking very fast, so I put another couple of pieces of wood under it, which heated it up, which caused more grease to drop, which started to burn, which, as you see, singed half of it. But the other half is fine. And Chewy now. I was going to give him some anyway. He doesn't mind the stingy parts. Campfire bacon, just right too. Just the right amount. Slightly crispy. I know this is probably the new pineapple on pizza, but what do you guys think? Super crispy. I like my bacon, honestly, slightly less crispy than this even. Still mostly floppy, as we call it in my house, thanks to my kid. So what do you think? Burned to a crisp? Kind of floppy? All the way floppy. Sit. Sit. Shouldn't let you up here. Sit. Good boy. One more. Sit. Good boy. It's a little singy, but it's good. There you go, pal. You're eating like a king today. All right, time to pack up. Alright, well, that pretty much does it for our camping adventure. So, started out eventful. Didn't end up where we thought we were going, but ultimately we had a great time, didn't we, Chewy? Chewy, did you have a good time? Did you have a good time, bud? Yeah, so I just want to say thanks for coming along. We appreciate you. Hope to see you on the next adventure, and until then, please don't forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you. Say be excellent to each other. Say goodbye, Chewy. Sit there and do nothing. All right, well, you're good at that.